Good morning, gang. Happy Wednesday. Well, I don't know about anybody else, but I think I would have rather spent 2 hours last night listening to telemarketers call me, or bill collectors, or hell, buying a used car. There's a reason why attorneys are the most despised people in the country. And Kamala Harris proved that last night. I watched the debate. I had to step away from it for a couple of times, for a couple of minutes, just because listening to her is so grating on my nerves. Not just her voice, but her demeanor, her tone, her complete personality is about as offensive as you can get. I'll be as objective as I can with this, okay? But let's get into brass tacks. First off, I will say this. This was not Donald Trump's best night by a long shot, okay? He missed some layups in responses. The biggest one that caught me was when they were talking about abortion and Kamala Harris came out and said, government shouldn't be in charge of women's bodies or anything. And the easiest retort to that one would have been, tell that to all the people in the military, tell that to all the people that worked in hospitals, tell that to all the people that lost their jobs during COVID, okay? Because they refused to put poison in their bodies. He missed that one. I watched this, and I don't think this is going to change anybody's mind. Kamala Harris completely played up to her base. I don't think there's an independent out there. I don't think there's many people out there in the country at all, regardless of the 4% or whatever, undecided. I don't think there's anybody out there who hasn't already made their decision. So pretty much last night was a waste of time. It was interesting watching the debate. The big loser of the night was obvious. That was ABC. ABC came out and showed how they are completely in the bag for Kamala Harris. There was no objectivity whatsoever between David Muir and whoever the intern on his left was. But it was very saddening to see how this went. It was completely an attack. ABC tried to fact check Donald Trump throughout the entire debate. The funny part is most of the time their fact checking was wrong, that the facts were on Trump's side and the fact checking was wrong. The classic was I talked to the city manager in Springfield, Ohio, and there's nothing like this going on. Except yesterday you had interviews and videos that were broadcast on news networks of people grilling animals in shopping carts, of a cat hanging from a tree that had been skinned, and countless people saying they found their pets' remains. Let's just leave it that way. So the lies that came out of ABC were just disgusting. I found this very hard to believe. CNN's credibility went way up yesterday, because at least when they did the debate between Trump and Biden, at least they were neutral. They didn't try, and God knows Biden needed saving in that debate, and they didn't do it. Last night, Donald Trump went into a 3-on-1 debate. I won't say he lost. I don't think anybody won, okay? But ABC was the loser. Kamala Harris proved why Americans hate lawyers. She she completely embarrassed herself yesterday. No question about it. It was lie after lie after lie. That's all been debunked, and everybody knew it. Multiple times she tried to hang Project 2025 around Trump's neck. That's been debunked for months. Trump even said in the debate that he has nothing to do with it. And she still, after that, went back and tried to do it. She went in with the very fine people hoax from Charlottesville, even though that one's been completely debunked. She tried to lie about the Virginia governor and his comment on aborting babies after birth, which there's no such thing. That's called murder. Okay. And even the moderator had to chime in, the intern had to chime in and say, there's no state in the country that has that's legal. No, because Virginia got smart and switched governors. Okay. It was a train wreck for both candidates. Donald Trump left a lot on the table. He did not come out as the fiery personality, okay? He seemed to be on the defensive right from the get-go, and that was planned. Not by Trump, but Kamala Harris needed to do whatever she could to run away from her record. And if you watch the debate, the first hour, easy, was treating Trump as though he was the incumbent and Kamala Harris wasn't in office. I mean, the questions were totally geared toward giving her a chance to slam on Trump. Talking about January 6th, and as Kamala Harris put it, he was inciting a riot. And of course, they leave out a whole bunch of facts on that. When Trump said no, he tried to get Nancy Pelosi to bring 10,000 National Guard troops in. David Muir had to interrupt and say, this isn't about Nancy Pelosi and this is about you. And the comment was something along the lines, she should have done it, okay? Yeah, a president, I don't care how powerful they are, doesn't have a magic wand to make everybody do what they want to do. Trump told Pelosi to do it. Pelosi ignored it. 2 weeks ago, we had audio tape coming out where Nancy Pelosi basically admitted she was the orchestrator of J6. They wouldn't listen to it. You know, I'm sorry, when there's evidence, your little belief system in fairy dust doesn't make a lick of difference anymore. But that was what Kamala Harris tried to do all night. She lied. She tried to use the Joseph Goebbels idea, tell them a lie often enough until people believe it strategy. They wouldn't get into what she wanted to do. She said she had a plan to fix the economy. Didn't give any specifics, though we know from reading her platform that her plan is to give away free money to people left and right. She attacked Trump on wanting to raise tariffs on China. And Trump batted that one away real quick. She goes, Trump said, if the tariffs are so bad, why didn't your administration ever get rid of them? Good point. Okay. And Trump wants to raise the tariffs. She came up with the lie that economists said that Trump's economic plan will cost the American public $4,000 more a year. What she left out was the fact that Bidenomics has cost the average American $15,000 more a year. So if inflation was 1/4 of what she had, I'll take that. Okay. Near the end, she got in talking about a gun buyback, banning assault rifles. 2 days after, she said, I don't want to take your guns. But the classic was when she says, I own a gun. Oh, I got it there, Kamala. It's okay for you to own a gun. It's just not okay for us to own one. We understand. This is how totalitarian dictators work. You can have everything, we can have nothing. It was a complete embarrassment last night for Kamala Harris. She made used car salesmen look good. She came across as a smarmy snake, as a typical prosecutor who will say anything when her case is bad to try to get it. You wonder where Letitia James or Alvin Bragg or whatever get their ideas. Kamala Harris used the same tactic. Let's lie and make stuff up and see if the jury, in this case the public, the voters, are stupid enough to accept it. That's what she's counting on. People need to understand the Democrat base is two groups of people. It's the uber wealthy who will benefit from communist ideas because they'll be sitting in the castle at the top of the hill. And it's the complete idiots. I mean, I'm talking stupid, as dumb as a box of rocks. They may be business owners or doctors or whatever, but they are collectively dumb, okay? They have no concept on how economies work. They have no concept on foreign policy, on how interrelationships work between different countries with different belief systems and different laws. These people don't understand anything. The one-issue voters, the abortion voters, okay, just shut up, all right? The whole, I'm going to put Roe versus Wade back in, and Trump was right. It ain't happening, okay? You're not going to get a constitutional amendment to put it, because that's what it'll take at this point, all right? You're not going to get 2/3 of the states and 2/3 of Congress and 3/4 of the states to go, yeah, we want to do this. No, it's back in the states' hands. It will stay in the states' hands, and it'll never change. You can write whatever executive order you want. It's on toilet paper, okay? It's not legal. Exactly like Trump said, like the student loan payoff, which was last time. Now it's the free money for houses. It's let's buy off the stupid voters. That's the Democrat base, the uber rich and the absolute morons amongst us. I don't believe this tipped the needle either way. And you've already seen probably the reporting this morning. The Democrats are saying that Kamala Harris crushed it. The Republicans are saying Donald Trump won. No, I don't think anybody's mind got made up yesterday. If anything, at all, people left Kamala Harris, not joined her. Why? Because she was the one who had something to prove last night. Because people don't know squat about her. She doesn't talk to the press. She doesn't give interviews. People don't get a chance to hear her. People got a chance to hear her last night and go, there ain't no way in the world I want to listen to this for 4 years. It was a debacle. We'll see what happens if there's another one. I personally doubt it. I don't think it's worth either candidate's time. Harris played toward her base to fire up her base. Her voters are pretty much locked in, and that's it. Conservatives, they're locked in. The independents are leaning right. After last night, even though it wasn't Trump's best debate by a long shot, Kamala Harris is 0 for 1. Because she got clowned yesterday, trying to pretend, trying to lie, trying to make her seem presidential. She completely failed. I wouldn't hire her to be president of a used car dealership. That's how she came off to me.